Hi, I'm Steve. Welcome to my shop. Today is part 2 of the series on building a nightstand. This is for my grandson. It's built out of ash, pre-turned legs. Today I'm going to show you how to build the drawer and the drawer supports and hang it. I'm not done with the pull yet, but I'm going to make that. And I think I'm going to make it out of the same material as the top, and I'm considering a contrasting type material. I haven't completely decided on it yet, but I thought about staining this. I think I'm just going to do an amber shellac on the base, and then do the top and drawer pull out of a contrasting material. So enjoy this episode of how I built the drawer and hung it. I've got the shaper set up with a rebate cutter, and I'm going to cut a rebate, a rabbet, in each end of the drawer front. And I'm going to use a, it's called an Eigner Countermax, which is a kind of a coping sled. Rabbet here. Now the next thing I'm going to do is put a groove in the middle of the drawer sides. To where it's 8 millimeters up from the bottom, and cut the groove that's 7 millimeters deep. Just swing the power feeder back in position. I don't have enough meat below the guide rail on the bottom to install some 2 dowels, so I'm going to use these number 1 milli dowels. I'm just going to eyeball this, go straight in. I'm at the edge sander. Thing I want to be careful of is minimal material. I just want to flush up the dowels. This is a fine grit belt. The biggest thing is I don't want to take the drawer out of square. Got here is the drawer runners just clamped into the slots. It's tight. Obviously I don't want a tight fit, but the only reason I've done this is to get a measurement. And I have cut these oversized, so it's like 438. Well, I'm hoping I may have cut those too narrow. Well, my rough width on this is 42 millimeters for each of these, so I took some measurements. My drawer width is 370 millimeters. I've got 7 millimeter deep grooves, so I'm going to take away double that, 14. So that gets me to 356 millimeters. And then I want to take this away from, I'm just going to call that 440 minus 356, looks like 84. So half of that is 42 millimeters, which is pretty much what I've got. It may work, but I noticed some splits in these in this material, and I'd rather not use. I think, yeah, here's the splits here. So I'm just gonna remill those pieces. Okay, so let's try this again. Like 445. And the back I've got 445 as well. So for a perfectly tight fit, nominally that's the width of my base between the aprons is 440, so I have a total of 5 millimeters which is just shy of a quarter of an inch. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take half of that off of each side. So I'm going to take 2.5 millimeters off of each one of these rails. Okay, so I've got the holes drilled to mount the drawer supports. The reason I've drilled so many holes is if I need to adjust them, when I screw into one, if I need to adjust it, pull the screw out, by having a second hole, I can just move the screw to the other hole and not have to worry about filling in the hole in the base material, because that screw is going to want to dive right back into the same hole and center on that. Now I'm going to make a spacer so that I can accurately position these drawer supports. Okay, somehow I managed to get this workpiece 1/10 of a millimeter too narrow, so I'm just going to stick a sheet of paper under it. 1/10 of a millimeter is roughly the thickness of a sheet of paper. And I'll get some of these spack screws in place. The reveal looks really good all the way around. It's a little tight in the center. I think I'm going to try to touch some of that up with a hand plane. See if I make this fit just a little bit looser. Okay, I took the drawer supports out and took a few passes with the hand plane. It just got to be a bit much to try to do it in place. But give me a little more side-to-side motion, but hey, I expect that. So thank you for watching part 2. Next episode, I'm going to cover building the top and the drawer pull. So have a great day.